Welcome, welcome. Grand Soul Star Rising. They thought your piece meant powerless. I have to alchemate. I'm gonna play some music. Yeah, we gonna tap in. You're doing good. Sustaining. Surprisingly balanced in the stillness. Like surprisingly, like shit ain't bothering you. You're locked in, as you should be. Of course. We're gonna start this off with Oceanic Monad. Come on. Welcome, guys. Get some water.
It's a whole new world. It's a whole new me. Look inside, oh, what you only see. Child of the rose, I'm obeying me. Had to learn to regulate, develop discipline, set my own pace. Now I'm beyond the stars, carry it up, out the time and space, fully etheric, angelic, oh, baby. Try so hard to fit in, now I don't care. You hear it as I say, mighty lyric. What you fearing for?
Wrote it, oh my god, I hear it. Roll your mind, I sing it encore, fully loaded like things, all being restored. I don't care, get me up out of here. Storage station ready to go Nova. Sing it over, so let's go. It's never out of control. Rather divine. Thought you had me, but you didn't. Had to take over from the undercover. Didn't know, now I do. I swear on everything I love. I'm coming with the vengeance and love. Rave of love for you.
Yes, I'm raving for love. Harmonize, the whole taking off. Only survive. Feeling my soul come alive. Cloud serving on cloud nine. Living. Through the borders in the sky. Can you feel it? The oceanic tide. So let's fly.
Oh my god, I hear it. Roll your mind, I sing it encore, fully loaded light beams, all being restored. And I don't care, get me up out of here. Storage station ready to go Nova. Sing it over, so let's go. It's never out of control. Rather thought you had me, but you didn't. Had to take over from the undercover. Didn't know, now I do. I swear on everything I love. I'm coming with the vengeance and love. Rave of love for you.
Yes, I'm raving for love.
And you do it with grace.
Harmonize with the water. Taking off. Only survive. Feeling my soul come alive. Cloud serving on cloud nine. Living. Through the borders in the sky. Can you feel it?
Come on.
The oceanic tide. So let's fly.
Divine, D-I-G-I-N.
It's a whole new world. It's a whole new me. Look inside, oh, what you only see. Child of the rose, I'm obeying me. Had to learn to regulate, develop discipline, set my own pace. Now I'm beyond the stars, carry it up.
I'm trying to think of how to hit this, bro.
Space, fully
Cause you locked in, you centered your station, but that don't mean you don't feel, bro. Cause there's attempts on your heart and it don't even hit you, bro. You're not even a part of this realm anymore, bro. You're like locked the fuck in, bro. If you are on my timeline, it resonates with you, bro. For real. You're not new to this, you're true to this. All they can do is repeat stories of old, and you've been here before. The difference is you have wisdom. You're locked the fuck in. I mean, they got fucking videos about your whole family, the whole town, the whole city. Everybody's against you, all this stuff. Like, bro, ain't nothing new. Ain't nothing new. It's because you're very fertile, and you locked in. You became the center point. That means instead of adjusting to conditions, you're setting conditions. Do you see the fucking difference? And the fact that you're not opening your spiritual legs to every narrative, you got some standards, some boundaries, and you're honestly doing really good. Welcome, Casey. Ashe. Welcome, Goddess. Welcome, Trina. If I miss you, let me know. But there's different ways to hit tonight. I got information. Then I got, like, you know, some of you guys, you go through things and you do it with grace. You're so powerful. But I just wanted to say that, you know, wow, because it doesn't get said, bro. It doesn't get said. You got a heart, and it looks good on you. Okay? Power doesn't have to be hard, bitch. It could be soft, bitch. Okay? So, I got a surprise because, I think it was Trina. Someone kept asking for Pretty Pink, bro. I don't know who it was, but I got Pretty Pink. And after this, we're about to do the E.T. Golden Dragon. But for now, Pretty Pink. Eagle Eye, Mama Rose, Joanne Gray. Oh my God, from Sydney. Yo, we got the whole crew here. We lit. Come on. This is a little different on the vibe. This ain't so Ronin. This is my lover energy. Got these feelings bubbling up inside of me. Oi! Oi!
So thirsty, will you marry me? Oh, pretty pink. Do you remember me? Beautiful diamond in the sea. Oh, so pretty pink. Got these feelings bubbling up inside of me. Butterflies, crystallize, metamorphosize, beautiful, angelic being. Oh, you and me. Oh, you superstar, majesty. Will you marry me? Oh, pretty pink, beyond words. Words so deep, pretty pink. I'm in love with chocolate beauty, perfect physique. Oh baby, please, the way you bite your lip make me weak. Memory, soul, majesty beyond time and space, eternity. For this, my love is loud. I will never leave. I search so high, low, Atlantis, ocean deep. I am the legend. Bet you
I really don't listen to this song because it's too intimate, but
never heard of me, the destiny repeat back to me. Visions of love rapture me, all deceit, the golden eye to set you free. I am home beyond the soul star 33. Do you remember me? Beautiful diamond sea, oh so pretty pink. I got this feeling bubbling up inside me. Butterflies, crystallize, metamorphosize, beautiful, angelic being. Will you marry me? Oh, pretty pink, beyond words, so deep in love. Oh, we can rise above.
alright, we're never listening to that song again. It needs to be mixed and mastered better, but I tried. Alright, next we got the Solar Dragon Revive. Come on. Wrote it!
Yeah. I be like, damn, you're so pretty. Like, are you really with me? Life is just a gimmick. Can you really see it clearly now? My golden child, so star majesty. Let's get higher, elevate the soul, divine empire. I seen you from the mud. Let's get higher, elevate mind, body, and soul. Aye, never let it go. She loves me, she get with me. She said she like it like Nikki. She royal, divine priesthood, baby. Wings halo, cross the sky at cloud 9, 11, 11, star way off the heaven, and I feel it so.
Come on, fam, the scales are tipped. Come on.
golden eye, hypnotized, fight to it, place that cold side. Feel the tingle in the spine, stars line. If she wanna do it, she can do it too. So highly misunderrated, so highly misunderstood. She came from the mud too, she divine. She grew and she shine. Angelical DNA activated, fill it up the spine. Kundalini, yeah, Kundalini ride. Oh, come alive. Eat the wave, the heat wave, come alive. 928, place inside. I'm calling on the power.
Feel it. Come on. I'm nervous, bro. You are walking bounds. People can feel it.
Come on, altitude.
That sword is discernment, baby. Come alive.
Make a move.
Guys, I gotta go through this music. I got hundreds of them, so I try to make every live play something new. And some of them I don't even listen to. I just download because it takes like 2 minutes to download. And to me, that's a whole year, bro. I ain't waiting that fucking long, bro.
Yeah, think I found it.
We taking requests. I'll take a request, but I'm kind of I only have access to a library, so I could play it next time though, for sure. Think I found it. Come on, family. I still got an alchemy. The Daywalker has entered the room.
If you ain't living right, listen, demon, you ain't getting no honey. I'm staying up all night. Think
about how, like, you know, being in the dark for so long, and then a light pops up. Boom.
The shit is so funny. Gotta stay focused on my craft. I don't wanna go back, never. Just wanna evolve. Should've seen what I saw. Yeah, sick of living in my lower self. Had to evolve. Yeah, death is the critic.
Oh yeah, dance with me. That's a
on
song
the
too.
call. Yeah, Venus and Jupiter and Leo, feeling like a star. Came from the bottom and now I'm at the top. Yeah, about the ball.
You never even had to touch the system to expose what's been holding it together. You better find someone safe to play with. The one they didn't expect finally remembers who they are. That's what's happening. Recognition. Recognition.
44. Come to party, love, let it dance, healing flow, love to love.
You understand?
Let's go. Come on with the pain.
I don't care if I don't care if I'm ruining the music, bro. This is delicate for me because we're talking about heart, bro. Your heart's a literal portal. That's why, like, I'm frustrated, bro, in the sense where the last 2 weeks I've been bombarded with narratives of betrayal, people, places, things. I mean, family stories. I mean, life's been good, like really good, but there was an attempt with people don't really talk about courage and heart. You know, we're good, but it doesn't make it like something we don't talk about, bro. We gotta talk about it.
Look me in my eyes, feel the love is so
Damn, bro.
the rise. It's the stash, the ocean tides. My inner child love to do what I love to do. Rose tatted up, high yourself, cold red turn to blue. Going off, hot mermaid, yeah. Who knew?
Think about the song and I made me go boom boom.
Letting go.
Cause some of us, we know what it's like to be betrayed. Some of us are still getting betrayed. But they try to weaponize your own testimony against you as if you're the narrative, as if you're the story. I know we're good. I've never been better, bro. But doesn't mean I don't got a fucking heart. Okay, so there has been attempts, and now that I'm representing the collective here, I can feel it, bro. I'm not denying what I feel now. Some of this shit ain't me, but it's a collective shadow of this eclipse. And we did good, but that doesn't mean we don't feel, bro. You feel me? Think I found it, yeah.
The flow that make me wanna go.
The bloodline remembers. Yeah, The Eternals are awakening. The dragons are awakening, bro. We here. Literally slowing time down. Think I found it, yeah. I'm not really worried about performance tonight. I don't really give a fuck. I can shapeshift. I can be that warrior. I was a warrior before all that. I can be all that. But when we start talking about the heart, I want to be very real, bro. Party tonight. Yeah, yeah. Ashe, welcome. Thank you for being here. Grand Soul Star Rising. I don't even know how to hit this, bro. No freaky. We're gonna start with Grand Soul Star Rising. Oops, almost forgot. Come on. Stay true.
You are not just watching. You are part of the signal. Thank you for being here.
You are a living pillar. A living portal.
Interstate Neptune. My transmissions, music, videos, and living library are waiting inside Go Nova. Stay connected. You do not want to miss what is coming next.
Your presence matters.
You have entered a living transmission. Put on your headphones, tap like, share the signal, and follow the station. Watching a longer transmission, tap 2 times speed and ride the current. Stay with the signal. Pause for a sovereign reset. Drop your shoulders. Unclench your jaw. Take 1 deep breath. You are safe inside the signal.
I don't know. I kind of want to disturb some shit. I kind of want to fucking go off.
The ocean still remembers my
every
name.
day at 10 p.m. Let's talk.
There you are.
I'm home. For our victory! Long live the realm! Long live the sovereign!
Go Nova. Become luminous.
Tap the code or hit that tag. Cash at me at $King Chains.
Ooh, daddy. Chill, daddy. Ooh. Listen. This is because there's many things going around, because obviously a lot of us are stationed in our node, and we are literally the center point of a new world foundation. Okay, this is also the moment for those that have been fucking around. This is where they're finding out. That's why you gotta be careful who you decide to bully. This is why you gotta be careful who you decide to gang up on. Be careful who you decide is weak simply because they're peaceful. Because the people I'm speaking to are not walking around looking for trouble. They're not trying to destroy people. They're not spending their days figuring out who they can intimidate. A lot of these people in here are actually helpers. They're protectors. They're teachers. They're healers. They're builders. People who have been through enough hell that they don't have any interest in manufacturing more of it. This is why I want to be a little more tender about this, because it deserves it, bro. They thought peace meant powerless. That's not true. That's not true. And listen, you ain't a bully. You thought you were. But you're not. You a good ass person, bro. And you naturally, innately, by your presence, bully the bullies. Yeah, it's gonna be a longer live. Yo, thank you for the love, guys. They were told to leave you the fuck alone, but they just wouldn't stop. Realizing that your energy is actual what the fuck it means. It's energy. Like, like you really source intelligence. And you didn't crash out this cycle. You didn't abandon yourself this cycle. People want to act like that's a little thing. It ain't a little thing, bitch. It's a big thing. Major. Refusing to walk away and refusing to change, refusing to leave somebody alone, and then wondering why everything around you in the situation starts becoming chaotic. At some point, you cannot call everything that's happening to you as an attack. Sometimes you're experiencing the consequences of refusing to take the exit. And this is to, obviously, karmics. You had an opportunity, but you didn't take it. Justice is here. Justice is here. You know it's bad when someone in your own crew said, I told you you should have stopped. I told you. And like Pharaoh, when you were supposed to let the people go, you went on a power trip. No, I want them gone. I want them. Everyone else is realizing that the shit went way further than it ever needed to go. And that's what happens when obsession becomes a contract. Eventually the contract starts collecting from the people who signed it. And yes, there was a strong imaginary around practitioners, readings, psychics, people paying somebody to look into another person. You were told to leave people alone. You have practitioners tell you they're not fucking doing this. You got people researching you, watching you, talking about you, decoding you, discovering your weakness, or trying to. And the crazy part is, yeah, I'm not worried about the glitch. They ain't gonna control me, because you know what? Prism saves it straight up. No issues. So I'm not worried about it. No psychological operation over here. A lot of us graduated, but I'm a teacher, so I'm going to talk about it because, you know, a lot of people access their higher heart. They don't have these lower astral. We've been good. First time in a very long time. We've been balanced, but doesn't change why I'm here. I'm still going to cook. Because what the fuck you think this Leo gateway's ever been about? It's always been a portal. And when you don't have a solar embryo, narratives take you on a whole ass trip. And I want to leave a fucking narrative and leave my impression here. So justice is here. Justice is here. Because we don't like to talk about some of the bullshit and heart shit that we had to go through. I could have been up here on some hip hip hooray shit, but something kept calling my heart. Because Leo does take center stage, and that's because Leo generally loves his light, and you're not wrong for that. But realizing that if we're governed by the heart in this new planetary lattice, let the heart lead the way. And when you think about it, you know, you don't only have intelligence, you got a heart, bro. You connect to the mainframe. You connect to the mother. And I know you don't give a fuck, but listen. 85% of the collective don't even have a reasoning mind. They couldn't give you a reason. The program, they just do it because it's what's been done, and that's not good or bad. I don't care. I really don't give a fuck. I'm already all into my shit. This ain't about me right now. I'm letting you know. You're getting your power back, and then you got people who attacked you trying to accuse you that you're doing black magic. That's all part of your development. It built character. A lot of us are in stillness and you're not freaking out. You were supposed to crash out. You didn't crash out. You're holding what is called structure. Corey, why does it matter? Because you're a living pillar, asshole. You hold structures. You hold worlds. You hold the foundation of this new world. And you're getting your power back. You're becoming more present, more clear, more refined, more organized. It's always been you, but it's being pure. No delusion, no distortion, no mutation. Unedited, raw, pure source intelligence. Very clean light. And you're a steward of this light, and you're learning how to develop, engineer self-sustaining systems, how to circulate, how to show up, and you guys are doing good. But I'm still going to talk about some of the stuff that we had to go through in this with the heart. The heart ain't a joke, bro. A lot of us been betrayed. You ain't telling us new? What the fuck? But when they fucking try to put you in a time capsule by rotating stories, and if you don't have an inner knowing and an inner authority, you will get lost in the sound field. I'm a guardian, and I'm just trying to tell you, like, your heart is why you're royal, but you also need to protect your heart. Okay? A lot of us are good, but when I start talking about the heart, I don't know. I don't even know, bro. Cry just talking about it, bro. A lot of you were considered slow, but you were very advanced. A lot of you had to learn to think for yourself again, how to feel for yourself again, but you always had a heart. Okay? Straight cheeks, bro. Jen, yeah, and you're able to look at this shit and look at it like information. You're able to look at it not like losing your identity. So salutes to you and whatever. But as I'm standing in front of you and I'm talking about it, I'm not just there in mind. I'm there in body. So I feel it. You know what I mean? And it's not good or bad to feel it, but just to another angelic out there that's going through the rite of passage, just know you ain't alone. And it's literally only up from here. Okay? Don't listen to no fucking narrative. Don't listen to no fucking story. That this is where character is forged. This is where you are seen. Kind of like fucking Captain America. Like, he got that amplification. You know how money don't make character, it amplifies it? Well, same with fucking energy. This energy ain't gonna magically pop a fucking new character out your ass. It took development, devotion, showing up, looking stupid, but always having a heart, always showing up, looking stupid, but you're moving atmospheres, you're creating narratives, you're creating fucking portals. You're being recognized, bro. Recognition. I'm like a week old realizing what that is, bro. Recognition. You're gonna meet somebody and they're gonna actually see you, dude. And it's not just people, places, thing. It's a whole universe, a whole collective, a whole world, a whole economy, whole ecosystem, where you get paid to live. Son of a bitch, because you didn't abandon yourself. Emotional maturity. Look at you, developed, showed up for yourself. People think you're doing black magic. Like, what? That's all psychological fucking operations, bro. Moving on. Humans in general have a habit of calling power they cannot understand evil. Somebody's intuition gets sharper, somebody's voice gets stronger. Trust me, I know this to be true. A lot of people got issues with me and they can't write it down, and they come to fucking find out it's my tone, it's my fucking... They like the message, right? They like the energy, but they don't... I don't know. It's conviction, bro. Somebody starts recognizing manipulation. Somebody starts being afraid. Somebody manifestations start becoming tangible because their actions finally align with their words, and all of a sudden they must be doing something dark. Maybe not. Maybe we just stop fucking leaking their fucking power everywhere. Maybe you're locked in. Maybe you're stationed and established. Maybe you stop telling everybody your plans. Stop asking for permission. Look at the balls on that person. Maybe they finally stop arguing with people committed to misunderstanding them. Peace. They thought peace meant powerless, bro. There's an underlining to what I'm talking about. I'm taking my time tonight because I know what the fuck I'm talking about, bro. You didn't become fucking cold. You became expensive. You don't have tolerance or time to waste on dumbass shit. Dumbass energy. You're ready to live. You're ready to go again. Your power's coming back. You're not asking permission. You're walking in and they look at you like a rebel, man. They look at you like you mutate the field, bro. I applied for the job. They said they weren't hiring. I walk in there, they hired somebody. About a week later, 33 on the time. I can't take that personal, but it showed me information. You know, they look at you like you mutate shit. Like, it ain't enough that you're gonna be excellent at your job. You'll probably have a conversation with somebody. You probably open someone's heart. You probably fucking expand the horizon, tell them some shit. They look at you like you alter timelines and you manipulate the field. You mutate the structure. Everywhere you go, it expands. You got non-local intelligence, source intelligence. You got the blood, the power. The dragons are awakening. And we're not asking for fucking permission or your fucking likes, bro. We moving different. The fuck you thought this was? You stop arguing. Cause your peace is priceless, bro. You're not scattered anymore. So right now, character's being shown. Right now, your character's being shown. Cause you can celestial crash out or a fucking celestial homecoming. You're that powerful, and we still at the stillness going through this passage. And you doing real good. You became disciplined. You remembered your body. You remembered God. Singularity. 12 in the room. 12 cranial nerves. You became an oversoul, big stepper. I'm a fucking cook, bro. Listen, put the phone down, just receive, damn it, or leave. That don't mean we're perfect. New levels, new devils. You ever heard of that damn term? We are living intelligence. We are here because some of us got hearts, bro. We got character. We may fucking be dumb as a bag of bricks, but we, like fucking Neo, we keep showing up, showing up, showing up. Like, what the fuck? You became architecture. You became dependable. You became trustworthy. The universe trusted you, not man. You've been given things by universe, not by no fucking clique, fucking organization, not by no fucking community. I said the fucking universe, bro. Yeah, you didn't get the mission yet. You didn't get the memo yet. You should. You innately do this. You remembered yourself, and there's G-Ment, CIA, surveillance, phones tapped. We been knew this, bro. I know they're doing it to this day. My phone be hot, and I literally just be scrolling through some of the photos I did and videos I did. I'm like, yo, what the fuck? Literally electrocuting me. Like some weird shit. They been doing this, bro. They're watching, but they're being watched. It's like double jeopardy. Triple jeopardy. This is your dream. Again, I'm not declaring that somebody listening to this literally has their phone tapped or anything, but 3-letter agencies ordered a psychic. They have all this shit. They can get in your dream state. And again, I'm being short about that, but systems pay attention to people like creator beings who change the system. We create new ones. Institutions notice voices that move people. Cultures notice ideas that disrupt assumptions. Power structures notice individuals who stop automatically obeying the old script. And that is where discernment becomes essential. Don't become paranoid, become intelligent. Some of us been both. Now what? Now what? Living source intelligent. Yo, we about to go Ronin, bro.
Ronin, let's go. I be really on the grind. Don't know really what to say to the morning, to the morning. I forget, shh, don't tell nobody. I forget how to make love, but damn, isn't it all love, right? Oh, had to adjust the tune, set my sights, make me roam, big step on deck, make me go nova, boom. I don't care how you feel, so shut the fuck up. Listen, if I had to go by how I feel, I never would be here living. I'm a miracle, came back down here, and you want me to tolerate something so little, lymphatic energy. What's the riddle, the rhyme? You don't know.
Damn.
Oh, echo slow motion in time. Yeah, if I'm too much.
Can I just say, you know what? Do not become paranoid, and do just become intelligent. Don't assume everyone is watching you, but build something worth watching. Run it up.
Confused, I gave my all, my will, get to the gods. Will never ever stop. Oh, Satan remembers me, that burn, that bruise. Conviction, art, emerald order. Who do you think they taught? It even wasn't my words, my spirit, you dumb ass. Just in case you forgot. Come out the tomb, damn, more than just awaken the gods. Waking the body, come alive. Push the start, we gon' raise it up. Heaven on earth now, through us. Light show, hype speed, let's go. So star shine, time shine. Guardian 999, going rolling. I swear to God, waiting for the smoke, but damn, I'm chosen. Neutral, really, oh my God, I forgot. Neutralizing is a thing, alchemy, alchemists, they feel it. They're lost in the pain, the pressure, they love the pressure. Embrace the thing, it's the fire, it's okay. I am the scorpion,
damn,
king,
13
rise, Phoenix,
likes.
spirit, jubilee, freaking freak. I don't care, you feeling me, young Neptune, going rolling, cross across the sea, the 9 realms, guardian, protector, steward, oceanic, God holds it still, center where the worlds collide. Let's go super.
We got moderators in here
north,
too.
no jump, electric slide. It's okay, sweet chariot, golden eye, 444 planetary structure as we emerge. Architect, young Neptune, CEO on the rise. Let's go and fly, building cities in the sky, guided by the art, the heart, the beat to come alive. Nova, let's go. I'll be really on the grind, don't know really what to say to the morning, to the.
Hold on, I smell bullshit, bro. I got a fucking light incense. Why do I smell bullshit? That's one of my like spiritual gifts. I smell bullshit. I smell bullshit right now. Why do? It's like it disappears and it comes right back.
Morning, I forget, don't tell nobody I forget how to make love, but damn, isn't it all love, right? Oh, had to adjust the tune, set my sights, make me room, big step on deck, make me go, Nova, boom. I don't care how you feel, so shut the fuck up, listen, if I had to go by how I feel, I never would be here living, I'm a miracle, came back down here, and you want me to tolerate something so little, lymphatic energy, what's the riddle, the rhyme, you don't know. Oh, echo slow motion in time. Yeah, if I'm too much, I refuse. I gave my all, my will, get to the gods. Will never ever stop. Oh, Satan remembers me, that burn, that bruise, conviction, the art, emerald order. Who do you think they taught? It even wasn't my words, my spirit, you dumb ass. Just in case you forgot.
You get to a certain level in your life where the next level is sharing your intelligence, and that's where we all are at as ascended masters. It's about circulation. I'll show you the gift of sensitivity. I don't know why I brought that up. I can't believe we got 13 likes though. That's crazy, bro. Everything that led up for this first 41 minutes was straight me alchemating. Usually I go on TikTok before this. Build something worth watching. Don't spend your life hunting imaginary enemies. Build so powerful that the work speaks for itself, because the message isn't be afraid of the system. The message is don't underestimate your ability to change the whole fucking game. Sir, yes, sir. There is something else. You are feared to even awaken to your own power. Because if somebody can convince you that you're crazy, you'll distrust your perception. If they can convince you that you're weak, you'll surrender your authority. And you didn't do that, do you hear me? If they can convince you that you're alone, then you'll accept the bad alliances. And you're standing on fucking business. If they can convince you that you're powerless, you'll never test your own capacity. Ha! You feel me though? If they can convince you that your voice doesn't matter, you'll censor yourself before anyone has to. And that's why awakening isn't just seeing mystical shit. Awakening is recognizing. It's recognizing that your thoughts matter. That your words matter. Your choices matter. I'm so happy for the version of you that you chose yourself. I'm so grateful for that. Your boundaries matter. Your attention matters. Your creativity matters. Your presence matter. That is real power. Recognizing that is real power, not false control power. Not shunning somebody from an algorithm. That's control. That's false power. Not letting me play only commercials on TikTok. That's not real power. That's control. Giving someone freedom of speech isn't real power. That is control. There's power in your tongue. Speak to the mountain and believe. Do not waver. Now I'm not telling you that every random sentence instantly rearranges the physical reality. I'm saying your words become commands when your behavior starts obeying them. When you say I'm done and you actually stop returning, the mountain moved. You say I'm building this and work on it every fucking day, the mountain moved. You say my children will not inherit this pattern, and then you spent years breaking that pattern, the mountain moved. You say I will not die as the version of myself trauma created, and then you rebuild your light. The mountain moved. That's the power in the tongue. Your voice moves from spirit's intention into the physical consequences. And yes, there is severe energy harvesting. This is what I mean, dude. I don't want to. There's so many things we can get into, bro. I'm even stuttering, but this deals with the heart. A lot of us healed our hearts. I don't even know if that's even a proper sentence. But we're moving on. I don't want to say certain words because it's deep. Your energy gets literally molested from energy harvesting. Family members and children carry the same power. I'm not going to censorize this, but I'm absolutely keeping the core warning to protect your fucking children, to protect your inner child. That is the throne room. That is where the heart is. Family titles does not automatically equal safety. Friendship does not automatically. Spiritual titles doesn't automatically equal safety. Authority does not automatically equal safety. Pay the fuck attention to behavioral changes. Listen when children speak. Teach bodily autonomy. Respect. Your protection has to become practical. You see how serious it got when it went to the child? Well, be that serious about your inner child and your core, your inner son, your inner authority. Protection has to become practical. A lot of you didn't. That's why you're fucking stable. You're stationed as a bitch. You're literally a tower. Then we get darkness falls. But I don't hear that as you running around destroying darkness. I hear illumination. Walking into dark rooms with a lamp. You don't punch darkness. You don't negotiate with it. You don't perform a ritual to convince it to leave. You introduce light. And darkness loses territory automatically. That's what some of you are here to do. You expose shit by existing differently. You expose manipulation by becoming difficult to manipulate. You expose false leadership by leading differently. You expose exploitation by building systems that don't require exploitation. Damn. You expose lies by speaking truth. You expose fear by refusing to let the fear become your governor. And you expose darkness by becoming increasingly unavailable for darkness. And that's where we get into the demon slayer. And I'll be honest with you, yo, so powerful. Demon slaying isn't always fighting some invisible monster. Sometimes the demon is the cycle itself, maybe the addiction, abuse, shame, greed, cowardice, silence, generational violence, self-hatred, exploitation, corruption. And you slay it by refusing to give it another generation. Summer said it. Jen said it every day. That kind of fuck accumulates. That kind of building accumulates. That kind of trust. Obviously it does because you're fucking still standing. Golden child, the star, the heir. That's who we're talking to. The heir, the descendant, the chosen one. And not a chosen one to sit on a throne and tell everybody else they're beneath you. A chosen one means responsibility. I can cook right now, bro. I can cook. If you believe you were given unusual gifts, then you have unusual responsibility. If you believe your ancestors fought for you, life. Live a life worth of the fight. If you believe God protected you, protect somebody. And if you believe you carry a divine favor, become favorable to life. If you believe you were sent on a mission, motherfucker, and stop wasting the mission fighting every motherfucker who throws a rock at you. Build. That's how you win. Showing up. Sister said it every day. I felt that shit. She said every day. She ain't kidding. Every day. We hold ourselves to the highest, bro. We fell in love with clarity. We fell in love with organizing. We fell in love, bro. To tarry through that every day, because you know what peace feels like, bro. That's not a little thing, asshole. And then you got people who don't do that, trying to regulate you. No. A lot of you supposed to be leading. Somebody needs this part right here. You will win. You have already won. Not necessarily because everybody who hurt you gets destroyed. Not because every enemy falls. Not because somebody gets punished. You win when they cannot turn you into what they accused you of being. You win when the attack doesn't steal the assignment. And you're still on your fucking purpose. Look at you. You still fucking... You didn't become a bitter bitch. You became better. You became better. Oh, you could be a bitter bitch. You've seen that, but you don't want to be that. You win when the smear campaign doesn't steal your voice. Woo! You win when the surveillance they doing over your ass doesn't make you paranoid. You win when the betrayal shows up during the same exact cycle, because we're at the fucking threshold. It doesn't make you incapable of love. You still got your heart. You win when family dysfunction doesn't become your child inheritance. You win when darkness doesn't convince you to stop shining. You win when somebody tries to make you question your sanity, and instead of blinding believing everything you think or blindly rejecting everything you feel, you develop discernment. You learn the difference between intuition and fear, between evidence and interpretation, between spiritual symbolism and the physical fact, between knowing and assuming. That's mastery. That's mastery. So yes, they should have left you the fuck alone. But don't make your whole identity about who did it. Don't build an altar to your enemies. That's weird. That's what weirdos do, bro. I had never done any type of spell or even, I don't even think ill, bro. That's not, ooh, impressive. That's minimum to celestials. That's the level of mastery we're talking about, dude. Don't give opposition this starring role in your destiny anymore. That should not be impressive. How is it impressive that someone shows up every day? That's the kind of world we're living in. How is it impressive that you really stand by what you really that motherfucker? Yeah. Because if you really are the golden child, if you really are fully supported on the mission, if you really carry the force, yeah, then act like somebody with the assignments. You don't have time to spend 12 hours investigating who's jealous. Fuck them, bro. Fuck them. If you gotta dance and sing for performance, bro, they're not even at heart level. Acceptance. Keep it moving. Right, you don't have time to spend every fucking day wandering. We got things we gotta do. Wondering is wandering. You don't have time to make every inconvenience into a spiritual warfare. Your mission is too fucking big. Let people talk. Let them run their mouth. Let them gather. Let them be a spectacle. Let them. They be getting readings, call you crazy, call you dark. Let them call you whatever helps them sleep at night, because you're going, like Sister said, keep moving. You stay focused. And if somebody crosses into actual harassment, stalking, threats, abuse, exploitation, or danger, we don't need that, bro. You're gonna get visited, bro. Document, protect, witness, strengthen, handle spiritual and physical matter properly. That's sovereignty, because the final message isn't look how terrifying my ancestors are. It's deeper than that. Look how impossible it became to separate me from who I am. Can you believe that? It's trying to distort your signal. It's trying to stop you from taking your full form, because you're not born once. You're not even at your final version. Look how impossible it became to separate me from who I am. You tried fear, shame, guilt. Bitch, I'm still here. You tried to isolate. I'm still here. You tried confusion. I'm still here. You tried making people question their gifts, question their bloodline. Still here. You tried making me question God. I'm still fucking here. And maybe that's the force. That literal force of God that everyone keeps trying to understand. Not lightning coming from your fingertips, although that has happened. Not invisible armies slaughtering your enemies. That will happen. The force that keeps resurrecting the life where somebody expected death. The force that keeps producing courage after trauma. The force that keeps producing love after betrayal. That same force that keeps producing creation after destruction. The force that keeps saying, get the fuck up. So family, if you are the one receiving this message, do not go looking for war. Stay centered. Don't be reckless. Don't be paranoid. Don't be cruel. You don't need any of that. Know what walks with you, lives inside of you, survive through you. Know what you are responsible for and what you're here to build. And know that somebody else's inability to recognize your value does not reduce your value. And if you're the person who keeps poking at somebody peaceful because you think peace means weakness, hear this warning. You better stay in your lane. And I promise you everything will be alright. Because some people aren't interested in fighting. We are interested in fulfilling our mission. And the more energy you spend trying to stop them, the guarantee you are to become the architect of your own collapse. So go on. Go find something constructive to do. Go heal, build, and create. Go fucking handle your own life. Because the person that you keep stalking and watching, they're waking up. Their bloodline is waking up. Their voice, their mission, their power is waking up. And when somebody truly understands that their greatness, power was never revenge, but the ability to turn everything Everything. They have survived into light, into structure, into protection, into creation, into purpose. The game is already over. The ability to turn everything they have survived into light. Do you understand? We're in a holographic. Do you know the power of light? Do you know what light is? Game is already over, and they don't even need to destroy you. They need to become who they came here to be. And darkness cannot stop somebody finally remembers how to turn on the light. Bro, we at an hour mark. What's the vibe, family? Who here? Can I get some purple hearts? Let me see what's here. What's the vibe?
Rise of the legends, yeah, we taking off, yeah. Rise of the legends, yeah, we taking off. Oh, rise of the legends, yeah.
Ooh, add purple hearts. My other phone won't show me.
Rise of the legends, yeah, we taking off, taking off. Rise of the legends, yeah, we taking off. Rise of the legends, yeah, we taking off. Rise of the legends, yeah, yeah. Rise of the legends, we taking off. Asked to travel, whole new dimension. We shifted, new paradigm. Been blessed with gifts, God gave it. Alchemy, alchemist, the devil seeks the demise, but he's missing. We taking off, all love and light of bliss. No, we come up for blood. Yeah, I reminisce. Sometimes I have my words to rhyme, but rather my spirit, the deaf, the blind, they dead inside. They can never hear it, they fear it inside, but they can never feel it, cause they dead inside. Try not to mirror it, we standing out of the crowd.
11-11.
Rise of the legends, yeah, we taking off. Rise of the legends, yeah, we taking off, taking off. Rise of the legends, yeah, we taking off. Yeah, listen, rise of the legend. I came from the mud, never been begging for bread. Lack of love, self-worth, and I had enough. Picked up a pen, writing my will with intent. Speak my word from my heart that the critics fell in love with myself.
You know Christ said he came with a sword.
If you wanna go far, learn ego, self, and spirit. Yeah, know them apart when you speak. Have the power of will, heart, set the flames spark. Chosen, this is our year, yeah, we going off. Yeah, we going off. So travel through space like an astronaut in times of air. But we fearing all, yeah, yeah. And we taking off, yeah, we going off. So travel through space like an astronaut in times of air. But we fearing all, yeah, yeah. And we taking off, Rise of the legends, yeah, we taking off. Rise of the legends, yeah, we taking off. Rise of the legends,
bro, I'm not even a 11-11 portal energy. We gotta go through this portal. Come on, we're going through this portal. Hop in the whip. Yeah. Some of us were battle tested. Your wisdom wasn't downloaded from a quote. And this is where the second transmission comes crashing into the first, because people are beginning to understand something about you. Your wisdom isn't just theoretical. It has been battle tested. People notice real quick, oh, you've been through some shit. You didn't learn resilience because somebody made a beautiful post about it. You learned it because life introduced you to circumstances where resilience became necessary. Period.
The Metal Alchemist, thank you for joining me on this magical adventure.
Some of you didn't even have a choice. Resilience was your only option. You didn't learn discernment from a definition. You learned it after trusting somebody you shouldn't have trusted. You didn't learn boundaries because boundaries became trendy. You learned boundaries because you discovered what happens when you don't have any. You didn't learn solitude from a retreat. You learned solitude when people disappeared. You didn't learn faith because everything worked. You learned faith because something absolutely nothing appeared to be working. And somehow you kept fucking walking. That's why the valley of the shadow of death doesn't impress you the way it used to. You know who's a prime example of what I'm talking about? I remember when I met Cassie online. Did I say Cassie? My bad. Casey. I remember when I met Casey online years ago, bro. You can tell heart intelligence. You can tell when someone's got a heart. You kept walking. We kept walking. Now you got heart and intelligence. Oh my God. Some of us are well. And the valley of the shadow of death does not impress us the way it used to. You've been seen before. Psalms 23 doesn't say I walk around the valley. It says I walk through that bitch. Through. Some of you need to recognize how many things you have already walked through. Not lived inside forever, but literally walked through. They expected fear. Instead, they met somebody who had already survived it. That's what confuses people. They expected intimidation to work. It worked on somebody else. Why isn't it working here? They expected isolation to work. They expected the rejection, the shame, the confusion, the betrayal. This is why I had to pause starting this, bro, because it's very real. This is part of our journey. People want to talk about the scorpion, this king, and all that shit, but you know, it becomes a phoenix because of betrayal. Your heart fucking gets ripped out your chest. Expected somebody leaving to work. They expected the threat of losing approval to work, and suddenly they're discovering, oh shit, this person has already survived the things we're threatening them with. You threaten solitude. They've already learned how to be alone. Rejection. They've already rebuilt after rejection. Exposure. They have already faced themselves, and you're threatening to take something away. They have already learned how to rebuild from nothing. Now what, ho? That is the plot twist. You are the person they didn't expect. And again, Christ said he brought a sword. Stop confusing spirituality with permanent submission. And I want to handle this intelligently, but damn. People love talking about scriptures and turning into whatever the fuck serves their emotional state. When Christ says in Matthew, I came not to send peace but a sword, what the fuck you thought that meant? That is not permission to run around attacking people. The sword is division created by truth. Truth separates. Discernment separates. Conviction, some of you carry that innately. A lot of people feel conviction. They can't handle that shit. But you can't help it. You live by your heart. You live by conviction. Anyways, real decision separates one road from another. That's the power of the sword. The moment you say, this I will participate in and this I will not. Okay? A sword has appeared, not necessarily a weapon, but a dividing line. They call it the Great Separation. Have you heard of this? Some people only liked your spiritual when you had no sword in it. They liked your love without discernment, your forgiveness without boundaries, your generosity without stewardship. They're not good or bad for that, but you have discernment now. You don't even... Moving on. Your compassion without standards, your humility without authority. This is all part of our development. They loved the version of God. They required you to tolerate anything. But the Christ who healed people, the Christ that flipped tables and planets, that's the part everybody suddenly forgets. That's the same heart, different requirement. And people are calling you the Daywalker. You've learned the darkness without becoming it. Now this metaphor is hard because it keeps seeing Blade, the Daywalker. And if you understand the metaphor, you understand the message. Blade could move through the vampire world because he carried enough of the world to recognize it without belonging to it. He was also a half-breed. He lived between worlds, like a lot of us, crossing over. And some of you were born into environments that dysfunctional was everywhere. Manipulation, addiction, abuse, dishonesty, predator behavior, narcissism, violence, emotional vampirism, people draining everybody around them because people taking without replenishing, people consuming another person's beauty, talent, attention, money, creativity, labor, and calling it love. You were surrounded by vampires metaphorically, and somehow you did not become one. That is a miracle. You have learned that darkness, you can recognize it. You understand manipulation because you've experienced manipulation. You understand predators because you've encountered predators. You understand narcissistic patterns because you lived around them. You understand how somebody lies because somebody once lied directly into your face while you knew the truth. You understand betrayal because you have survived getting your heart stabbed every day. Okay? Being dramatic, but literally some of us. So you can walk through certain environments and recognize things other people do not recognize yet. That doesn't make you evil. It means you have night vision. You're a daywalker. 1 foot understanding darkness, 1 foot planted in the light. Strong enough to protect, soft enough to care, but capable of seeing the wolf without becoming the wolf. That is the integration. Congratulations. The hammer doesn't have to hit anyone. Truth can dismantle the system from the inside out. And this may be the most important part. The realizing you never had to touch them. You didn't need physical attack. You didn't need to destroy anybody. You didn't need to orchestrate anybody's downfall. Sometimes all you had to do was stop cooperating. My family, that is the hammer. You stop supplying energy. Stop supplying silence. Stop supplying money, labor. You stop supplying access. You stop supplying validation. You stopped carrying secrets that weren't yours, pretending not to see what you clearly saw. And suddenly the systems started shaking. Why? Because dysfunctional systems often depend upon invisible participation. Remove one key participant and weakness becomes very visible. That's why somebody can dismantle an entire family pattern without attacking the family. They simply stop repeating it. That's why somebody can disrupt a toxic workplace without destroying the company. They document what happened to tell the truth and refuse participation. That's why somebody can change a lineage without fighting dead ancestors. They stop passing the wound forward. You don't always destroy the system. Sometimes you simply stop feeding it, and starvation does the rest. Ashe. Find somebody safe to play with, because peaceful people eventually stop volunteering as a target. Okay? And this line is staying exactly where it belongs. Find somebody safe to play with, because this person right here, say it, family, this person right here wasn't bothering you. And that's what makes the entire thing different. You were innocent. They weren't just hurting you. They weren't organizing against you. They weren't trying to destroy your life. In many cases, they could have been. But overall, they helped you. Some of you even helped your enemies. You showed up, you listened, you shared, you even protected, you gave love. Somewhere along the line, goodness interpreted as unlimited resources. You became a battery. Take some more, drain some more, ask more, manipulate some more, push another boundaries. Let's see if they'll forgive. Come back again. And eventually the answer became no. And now everyone acts shook. No, they're shocking. Things have how long it stayed. And that, my friends, is the John Wick effect. You thought it was small because it wasn't sacred to you. Now let's talk about this John Wick metaphor, because there is intelligence underneath the rawness. People watching John Wick say all that over a dog. No, that's not what the dog represented. The dog represented love. Love, life, light. These words are exchangeable. The dog represented love, grief, memory, and a final gift. A sacred connection to something already lost. So when somebody violates that, they weren't touching a small thing. They touched something sacred. That's where people fucked up with other human beings. They decided that the severity of what they did based on what it meant to them, it was just a joke. But to you, to these ops, it was only a few words. It wasn't that serious. It happened years ago. But you don't get to decide the meaning of the wound you created in somebody else. That's not how it works. And spiritually, that is the John Wick principle. Not go end anybody. No, stop assuming something was insignificant simply because you weren't the one who had to survive it. They kept rerunning the same script, family, and this is what it all leads to. You're out here dodging distortions, betrayal, all this energy, and you're able to look at shadow like information, and instead of losing your whole ass identity. Thank you for being patient this long in the video. But you are able to see bullshit and not lose yourself. Can't buy that at Walmart. That's real intelligence. Because they keep rerunning the same script. And you picked up on it. Even if the actor changed, this came through strongly. Old betrayals. Someone's got your birthright. Oh, someone's got this. Someone's out to get. They run in scripts, bro. Old manipulation tactics. Old triggers. You're very fertile right now, so don't go read. Don't, protect your attention. Same fucking scripts, bro. Except there's a problem. The person playing the lead role changed. Abandonment didn't work. Guilt again didn't work. Confusion didn't work. Making them jealous didn't work. I can't even tell you some of the stuff that happens to me. I'm sure you can relate. Turning people against you don't work. Baiting you into reacting didn't work. Questioning your sanity didn't work. Spiritual fear didn't work, and now the old script looks ridiculous. Y'all don't even want to talk. It looking ridiculous, bro. Because scripts only work while the actors continue accepting their assigned roles, and somebody tore that script up. You know who that fucking person is? Yeah, it's you. We gotta talk about the ancestors, bro. Because you were sent by them. And they don't play. You touched the one we sent. That's what I keep hearing. You touched the one we sent. Anybody got children, or I'm trying to explain to you what an ancestor energy would feel like. Someone who's from a different generation. And you have like an oversoul perspective. And you can prevent something that would be catastrophic. How do I put it in a way? Like, you may be good, but your ancestors? Oh, you fucked with the wrong one. I'm trying to, how do I say this? Like, you, like the child may forgive you, but the mom, she already hands around your neck, bro. There was no breath, bro. A nephew, for real. Like a nephew. Ancestor. People think ancestor's somewhere looking down. Wait. The one we sent? Our golden child? The one carrying the assignment? They're doing what? Say less. Say less. Planetary harmonic. Stewards. We're making generational moves. You think words? There ain't gonna be an exchange of words, bro. You're the judge, executioner. That's what I told, like, I even tell my sister, like, if I get involved, bro, you just say yes or no. I can't do maybe, I'll think about it, drama. No, I need to act. I'm a grown-ass man. This ain't a flex. I'm just saying, a lot of us are at the age where we can't have, you know, it's got to be an absolute situation. All right? So when I'm involved, just know it's absolute. You fucked with the wrong one. I'm here to bring justice on that ass. That's how the ancestors feel about you. You're the golden one. Purpose creates protection. Sometimes that protection is instinct. Sometimes it's intuition. She said it keeps it simple. Yes or no? That's the sword of truth. Because once I swing the sword, it's not like, ooh, I forgive you. There's no like, ooh, we can play fight. No, if you calling me, I don't want to play fight, bro. I'll go to jail for you, bro. It's either yes or no. I can't be playing around. I need to know. That's what you represent when you walk in a room. You don't play around. Distortion has to flee. It clears. We zoom. You can't put the head back on. Some of you are walking around with that kind of power, dude. It's not control power. It's called sovereignty. Justice. Purpose creates protection. A lot of you are protected. Sometimes somebody calling at exactly the right moment. Sometimes evidence surfacing. Sometimes the wrong door refusing to open. Sometimes a lie collapsing under its own contradiction. Sometimes your body can be screaming, no, don't go there. Sometimes you suddenly feel compelled to leave. Sometimes protection is nothing mystical at all. It's the strength to finally believe in yourself. The force of God. Darkness is not the highest power. And this line needs its own room. The force of God, because somewhere along the way, spiritual culture became fascinated with darkness. Demons, curses, entities, magic, enemies, attacks. Everybody terrified of what darkness can supposedly do. And the message says, you think darkness is frightening? Have you considered the force responsible for life itself? The force that grows forests through concrete. The force that moves oceans. The force inside a storm. The force inside a birth. The force inside a regeneration. The force inside a human being who should have given up, but didn't. You want to understand the force of God? Look at resurrection. Not necessarily someone physically returning from death. Look at the mother who rebuilds after losing everything. Look at the addict who became sober. Look at the abused child who grows up and becomes a safe parent. Look at the prisoner who transforms. Look at the artist who creates beauty from grief. Look at somebody who went through hell and somehow still knows how to love. That's terrifying to darkness, because destruction did everything it knew how to do, and creation answered anyways. Right? God has said, I've been through them all. Ashe. Powerful. They went looking for an explanation because they couldn't understand why you wouldn't break. Now we keeping the practitioner, and we're holding them to their fucking bullshit. Trying to investigate, who is this? Who walks with them? Why isn't anything working? Why are they still standing? The original transmission even moved into the G-Met and the CIA. Secret groups, officials, surveillance, phone taps, people trying to understand somebody they perceived as powerful. I'm not going to state that the three-letter agency literally ordered a psychic reading on somebody watching this video, but I'm also not removing that, because symbolically it's obvious. Power studies what it cannot predict. Systems observe disruption. Institutions study anomalies. Groups investigate people who refuse to behave accordingly to expectations. And spiritually, the answer in the message keeps coming back. You should have left them the fuck alone. When you get practitioners, readers, and investigators all looking at you, and they come back saying, no, don't do this, stop, do not touch that. There's something about them. There's divinity here. They got the favor. There's a lineage. There's a purpose. There is something here that is protecting them. That is, people who started the entire situation don't want to believe the warning, so they keep going. That's the mistake. Not receiving the warning, but ignoring it. They were warned, but obsession doesn't like exit doors. Guys, I'm going to be quick because I know we don't like talking about this, but I'm about to run game real quick. How many exits did you need? A lot of you are the last exit, bro. When you leave, you take the light with you. That resurrection energy you're acting like isn't a big deal. When you leave the room, guess what? It goes with you, okay? Imagine going through what you're going through and not having the spark. Now, you guys are bringing it to the planet because you first tarried for it on yourself. Moving on. They were warned, bro, but obsession doesn't like exit doors. How many exits did you need? That's what I want to know. Did you need 1, 3, or 10? At what point does persistence become obsession? You were told to stop, you didn't. This is court. This is cosmic court. The person walked away, you followed them, you blocked them, you found another way. They stopped responding, you created another reason. They changed their life, and you kept checking. At some point, you aren't fighting them anymore. You're fighting the fact that they have the right to leave. That's control. And control eventually collapses because you cannot permanently govern another sovereign human being. Asshole. Dark magic, blood work, death spells, and the fear of what people cannot verify. return to sender work, protection spells, people believing something was sent towards them. I've never done any of those things a day in my life. None of those things. People witness strange events and assigning meaning to them. I'm not cutting it. But I'm not going to say something important. Spiritual symbolism can be meaningful without every interpretation automatically becoming a physical fact. If something strange happens, discern. Don't immediately assign an enemy. Don't turn every headache into warfare. Don't turn every bird hitting a windshield into proof that somebody's ancestors are attacking somebody. Don't turn every nightmare into surveillance. But also, recognize real psychology or spiritual. Examine the message. Maybe the spell is manipulation. Maybe the death spell is somebody constantly speaking death over your potential. Maybe the blood work symbolizes a generational entanglement. Maybe the return to sender is simply consequence. Maybe somebody spent years projecting ugliness onto you, and eventually had to live inside the ugliness that they cultivated. That's real enough. Bondage was, the devil was never the point. The bondage was. We're removing bondage, obsession, compulsion. People chained to behavior they refuse to stop. That was everywhere in the first message. They don't know how to walk away. They don't know how to change. They don't know how to release, how to stop. And that is the real devil energy. Not horns, but bondage. Anything you cannot stop doing even after you know it's destroying you deserves your attention. Now they're turning on each other, dysfunctional. Eventually eats its own alliance. This is another major thread. Because at first everybody was celebrating. Everybody was unified, everybody agreed, and everybody had a common target. Then the consequences started. Now, who started this? Who said that? Who paid for this? Who told them? Who exposed us? Who can we trust? Why did you involve me? I told you to stop. No, this was your idea. Suddenly the alliance is collapsing. It doesn't have to be so mystical. It's what happens when relationships are built around common enemy instead of a common value. Remove the enemy and eventually the people have to look at each other. Damn. And eventually the people have to look at each other and sometimes they will discover we don't actually trust one another. They may realize, oh, I am a piece of shit. That's why groups built on gossip eventually gossip about each other. Groups built on betrayal, guess what? Eventually betray each other. You seen the patterns? Of course you are, Dragonfly. Groups built on manipulation eventually manipulate each other. The culture you create eventually becomes the environment you have to live inside. Then you got people having power trips. Somebody needed you gone because your existence contradicted their story. This is where the source gets intense. Somebody saying, I want them gone. Other people saying, no, this has gone too far. And the person on the power trip continuing, why? Because sometimes it stops being about the original conflict. Now it's about ego. If you survive, they have to reconsider what they believed, and if you succeed, they have to confront what they said. If you remain sane, they have to reconsider the story that you were crazy. And if you remain kind, God forbid, they have to reconsider the story that you were even evil. If you build, they have to confront the possibility that they underestimated you. An ego would sometimes rather destroy evidence than update a belief. That is dangerous. This ain't personal, but it needs to be talked about. They wanted you to doubt your own mind. Ain't that a bitch? As you were even developing yourself. You want to talk about God and the force that got you back up, kept going, resurrection. They wanted you to doubt your own mind. Discernment is the countermeasure. They wanted you thinking something was wrong with you. Wanted you confused as fuck. Wanted you doubting your intuition. Wanted you questioning your own perception. And this is exactly where we have to become mature. The answer isn't belief, every thought. The answer isn't every suspicion is your intuition. The answer is discernment. Your sword is that discernment. Check the evidence. Regulate yourself. Sleep, eat. And a lot of you fell in love with this version, bro. You do this, bro. You already optimized. You already zeroed in. I'm still going to cook. You do this regularly. You regulate it. You're able to separate what happened from what you think it means. You do this regularly, bro. You're a whole freak of nature. You ask yourself, what else could it mean? Explain it. You see what remains. You see the nucleus. Because a powerful person isn't somebody who believes every internal voice. A powerful person knows which internal voice deserves your authority. It's about to be real. An hour and 36 minutes. Let's go. You slay demons, family. You slay giants. Some giants are corporations. Some demons are systems. In this line from the original message I want to expand upon, you have slayed demons. What if the demon isn't about an entity? What if the demon is your exploitation? Like a generational abuse. They know you're going to bring the hammer. You can be soft, but you also can fucking flip tables when something sacred is being violated. People seen it. They seen you shift. They seen how you're so loving them. What the fuck just happened, bro? They felt it. They thought you needed to be more humble, and what they actually wanted was a smaller version of you. This one is going to sting, family. Some people keep telling powerful people, be humble, and sometimes that's wise. Everybody needs humility, but fucking sometimes be humble actually means stop making me uncomfortable with your confidence. Stop speaking clearly. Stop acknowledging your gifts. Stop taking up space. Stop saying you know what you're doing. Stop walking like you survived something. Stop carrying yourself like God loves you. No, humility is not pretending you have no gifts. Humility is knowing the gifts does not make you superior. Humility is knowing your responsibility for how you use it. Humility is saying, yes, I carry power and therefore I carry responsibility. That's completely different from shrinking. Period. Spiritual enforcer. Peace is the baseline, not the absence of boundaries. This is where the energy changes, because the second message, you're not only just a soldier, a spiritual enforcer. Now, I don't hear that as someone running around policing everybody in their souls. I hear you enforce spiritual law inside yourself first. That's why when we talk about the crystalline structure, the organizing, the chaos, you walk in a room and people could think better. They could feel at peace. They feel harmonious. Suddenly they get a touch of non-local intelligence. They could separate from their fucking, like a deeper breath. You enforce spiritual law inside yourself first. The truth, integrity, courage, compassion, protection, accountability, discernment. When fear enters, no, you don't govern here, bitch. When shame enters, get out. Leave. Don't govern here. You're not allowed here. When somebody tries to recruit you into some bullshit and hatred, you don't govern here. No. And when your ego tries to turn divine purpose into superiority, you don't govern here either. That is enforcement. You guard the gates of your own consciousness. You have people starting to see you. They know. You're fully integrated in your shadow. You don't have to pretend you never had darkness. This is crucial. Somebody is doing well because they stopped pretending they were only light. They met their anger, they met their grief, they met their jealousy, their lust, their fear, their desire for revenge, their ego, their wound, their capacity to hurt. They looked, and because they looked, those things became less capable of secretly governing them. That is shadow integration, not celebrating darkness, not becoming darkness, but knowing what lives in the basement so it cannot quietly run the house. That's why becoming harder to manipulate. Someone can easily provoke a shadow you have already met. You know your anger. You know what activates it. You know what revenge fantasy feels like. You know what your ego sounds like. And now you can say, I hear you, bitch, but you're not driving. That is wisdom. You got people astounded by how calm you look. They want to know why the fuck you look so fucking calm right now, bro. Well poised, well put together. Regulated. A lot of you are prepared for such time as this. You're walking through the end of times like it ain't the end of times. Your burden became light because you locked into your purpose. Whatever your new ecosystem is, this new world, you regulated to it. It used to be, oh, I'm trying to get to my paradigm. You're in your paradigm. And you regulated to it and you're locking in. That is the foundation. People are confused. How are you sitting in the sun? How are you laughing? Creating? How are you still loving? How are you so damn relaxed when the same betrayal script comes circling around again? It's because you finally understand something. Not everything deserves your whole ass nervous system. That is maturity. You still feel. Do not understand that with numbness. You still hurt. You still process. Still grieve. And your ass can get angry, but the emotion passes through you instead of immediately becoming a full-on command. You got a command center. You got an inner authority. They call this a soul retrieval. And suddenly the burden feels lighter, not because the assignment became smaller, because you stopped carrying everything that wasn't part of it. Oh, we about to cook, baby. Family, this is where part 1 needs to land, because now you understand the warrior, not somebody obsessed with enemies, not somebody threatening everybody who disagrees, not somebody calling every inconvenience dark magic, not somebody sitting around waiting for their ancestors to punish people. Do you hear me? Sir, yes, sir. The warrior we're talking about is much more dangerous to dysfunction than all that. They are fully integrated. They can see darkness without becoming fascinated by it, and they can recognize manipulation without spending their whole life studying a manipulator. They can acknowledge opposition without making opposition their identity. They can carry a sword without swinging it at everybody, and they can be powerful without becoming cruel. They can be humble without becoming small, and they can forgive without reopening every door. They can walk through a valley without building a house there. And maybe that's why old tactics aren't working on your ass. They were supposed to become what hurt you. They didn't. You were supposed to become bitter. You didn't. You were supposed to become the vampire, but instead your ass became a daywalker. Lightbringer. You ever heard of these words? You learned the world without joining it. Some of you are fucking walking in between both. Instead, you have learned how to carry the light inside it. And that's why you be confusing people. They don't know to love or hate you. Like, you still got a mystery, do you? You have learned how to carry your own light inside. Damn, you were supposed to keep fighting every battle. Instead, you've learned how to carry light. You've learned that which battle actually deserves to fight. You were supposed to believe strength came from numbers. Instead, you've learned one aligned human being can can take down and interrupt an entire fucking pattern. I was gonna say civilization. You're supposed to question your own voice and your own sanity. But instead, you found peace in your mind and power in your tongue. You were supposed to hate your history. Instead, you started asking what your history prepared you to protect. You were supposed to spend your entire life trying to defeat enemies. Instead, you discovered a greater assignment. You built something that their darkness cannot reproduce. Damn. We stopped asking who's against me and started asking what is being developed in me. You want to talk about fucking maturity, wisdom? They better find someone safe to play with. Because you may be standing in front of somebody who finally understands that they don't have to fight you at all. But they can withdraw and not even participate in the bullshit. Family, we are finally done with part 1. We're going to continue to part 2. The Daywalker doesn't hunt the darkness. This is the John Wick to the bullshit. This is the old warfare. Cannot follow you into this integration. When the golden child stops fighting and starts building, the entire game changes. Ashe. You guys are awesome. I'll be watching this again, but I'll be doing it times 2. It's a lot of metal, but it's good.
I feel it come alive. Ooh, yeah. I feel it bubbling up inside. Feel it come alive. Ooh, yeah. Wow, damn, to tell the truth, didn't know I was this shy. I've been alone, isolated for a while. Wasn't aware this passed me by. Something about you pulling my heart was so can't deny. Yesterday you my better half. Was these all just in my mind? But I can't be true, because I got these feelings inside. So real, beautiful to divine. Better things, body that feels so don't fly.
I'm here with you, let's go.
It's okay, underrated, overlooked, still I strive. The goals, hope that never stops. Till I see you, made me think, oh dear God, thank you God, and she's all mine. Let's go dance, let's fly with me. Jasmine trips, lucid love, trips to the galaxy, dance with me. Do you trust me? I'm not down to stop, but it's worth it to be free. Let's go, baby. Damn, to tell the truth, didn't know I was this shy. I've been alone, isolated for a while. Wasn't aware that passed me by. Something about you pulling my heart was so can't deny. Yesterday you my better half. Was this all just in my mind? But I can't be true, because I got these feelings inside. So real, 99, beautiful divine. Better things, body that beats, but so don't fly. I live in my soul, hello, I cannot hide my Mercury wings and moon heart with golden eye. It's okay, underrated, overlooked, still I strive. The goals, hope that never stops. Till I seen you, made me think, oh dear God, thank you God, and she's all mine. Let's go dance, let's fly with me. Jasmine trips, lucid love, trips to the galaxy, dance with me. Do you trust me? I'm not down to stop, but it's worth it to be free. Let's go, baby. But I can't be true, because I got these feelings inside. So real, 99, beautiful divine. Better things, body that beats, but so don't fly. I live in my soul, hello, I cannot hide my Mercury wings and moon heart with golden eye. It's okay, underrated, overlooked, still I strive. The goals, hope that never stops. Till I seen you, made me think, oh dear God, thank you God, and she's all mine.
Bro, I have to move. If I hear music, I get weird, bro. I love music, bro. All this damn intellect, but can you dance?
Yeah.
All this damn intellect, but can you go like this?
Yeah. I see what you're doing.
I see it.
JK, really?
I see what you're doing. No, I'm never giving up. No, I'm never losing. I see what you're doing. Keeping my heart, my soul is alive. See what you're doing. No, we're never gonna alright. Oh, divine. That's all they call inside. To find your way, get my time. Wait up. The television and the light.
Yo, we almost at 2 hours. Let's go.
More than this, yeah, just go look inside. Yeah.
Listen.
I see what you're doing. Yeah, I'm the alchemist. I could get up, still
that
that
I'm
I'm ruling. It's divine, everything I do divine. Yeah, stay fluid, let it flow. Holy Ghost, yeah, I'm making it rain. Yeah, let it rain, let it pour. Crystalline DNA, my soul didn't go. Don't give us alright. Oh, divine. That's all they call inside. To find your way,
Light show. Love your light. Beautiful. Damn. You are more than this, yeah.
just go look inside. Yeah, listen, I see what you're doing. No, I'm never giving up. No, I'm never losing.
Let this be your introduction.
I see what you're doing. Keeping my heart, my soul is alive. See what you're doing. No, we're never gonna lose.
Are you ready to be recognized? Are you ready to be seen, to be felt on a soul level, not performance feelings? I'm talking about really recognized. Your tribe, your family, your celestial kin. Emotionally, are you ready? Aye, Captain. Me ready, Captain.
You know what I love about this?
We about to begin
You
part
really
2.
know what you want right
Get
now.
your water.
Like you really know
Get
what
your
you want
water.
right now. And you are gonna bring it towards you. So affirm it below. Anything I desire,
Everything I
already
want, I desires me. Got the golden
Anything I desire, already
eyes.
desires me.
Everything I desires me. I
You don't have
don't
to chase
chase.
it.
I am the one.
You are the one
With the realms
that
to
creates
travel.
legacy and
Love
limits.
space, find your way, we breaking free. Create the golden age, the legacy. Oh yeah. No more running, no more games. Everything that I want calls my name. I got that golden eye. Yes, I hold the key. The world spins round, centered around me. In this glow, I'm shining bright. No more darkness, it's only light. Desires align, all in sync with the golden eye. It is time, earth angels all arise. Celestials, we don't have to hide. I am the one, elevate the realms, I still travel galaxies. Love space, find your way, we're breaking free. Create the golden age, the legacy. Oh yeah. No more running, no more games. Everything that I want calls my name. I got that golden eye. Yes, I hold the key, the world spins round, centered around me. In this glow, I'm shining bright.
When you understand the world quite literally revolves around you and you're the center point of conception, and it's not so much ego, it's responsibility, it's stewardship. Yes, a better you is a better fucking world. Yes, when mommy's her highest, the whole fucking the root feeds the tree. You understand? When daddy's at his peak, everybody's at their peak. This new network is going to be built by those that are established in their highest. No more suffering and you're calling it love. No more. What the fuck? Stand in your shit. If you love, you will. Because people know what they're doing. They know what they see. They learn. They learn by your authenticity. They learn what it looks like to be an overcomer despite the program. They watching a star being born. They know. They feel it. Let's begin part 2. Let's go. You have a whole origin story, bro. Look at you. John Wick to the bullshit. You always been John Wick to the bullshit. The old warfare cannot follow you into this integration. When the golden child stops fighting and starts building, the entire fucking game changes. And now we're going to keep moving from part 1 was about recognizing the warrior. Part 2 is about deciding what the warrior does with all that fucking power. Eagle said, let's go. Let go. Rocket ship. This is where a lot of people get stuck. They have survived something. They wake up and they recognize the manipulation. They recognize the betrayal. They recognize the pattern. And then they make the pattern their center of the rest of their life. Now, every single message will be about enemies, and every prayer is about an enemy. Every reading is about an enemy. Every dream, every success is interpreted through an enemy. Family, that is still captivity, just different room, same prison. The Daywalker doesn't spend all day hunting vampires. The Daywalker has a mission bigger than vampires. That is the next level. That is the John Wick to the bullshit. Not because you never stopped fighting, because you stopped negotiating with what is finished. The John Wick energy is not destroying everybody who ever crossed you. No. The useful part of the metaphor is absolute clarity. When something sacred has been violated, the character is no longer confused about what happened. That is literally the energy. No more pretending. No more, maybe I'm overreacting. Maybe I imagined it. Maybe they meant well. Maybe one more chance. One more explanation. One more sacrifice. For at some point the truth becomes clean, and the truth becomes clean. When that happens, decisions become easier. That's the John Wick to the bullshits. Not so much violence. Finality. Finality? Is that the word? It's not violence, but it's final. You know what belongs. You know what doesn't. You know what you are available for. You know what you're not. You don't need 47 meetings to explain the same boundaries, and you don't need everybody to agree. There comes a moment when no is a complete sentence. Quantum technicians, when a pattern has been repeatedly observed and sufficient evidence has accumulated, continued indecisions can become more costly than action. At some point, you know enough to stop going in a circle. They want a return to sender. But some things cannot be unchosen. This came through heavily. People trying to reverse what they did, try to cancel it, undo, protect themselves from the consequences, backpedal, pretend it never happened, and there is a practical truth there. You can regret something, you can repair something, you can apologize, and you can make an amends. You can even change your behavior. But you cannot make the original choice unhappen. What happened, happened. That's why character matters before the crisis. Because afterwards, some things can be repaired and some things simply cannot. Some relationships can be rebuilt and some trusts can return. Some doors can reopen. Other things leave a permanent information. Not so much permanent hatred, but information. Now you know. And no amount of spiritual language should make you unknow what experience taught you. Consequence is not the same as revenge. This is where righteous justice becomes clean. The original message tonight was circling around justice, karmic balance, people getting back what they gave, people falling apart after refusing to stop fucking with you. But let's make this mature. Justice is not, I hope you suffered because I suffered. That may be anger, and anger can be understandable, but justice asks what restores order, what protects the vulnerability, what stops repetition, what access needs to be removed, what responsibility needs to be taken. That's different. Righteous justice is not emotional drunk. It does not need the drama, it does not need cruelty, it does not need to destroy 10 innocent people around one guilty person just to prove a point. That's vengeance. Justice is more exact. That is the energy that's happening. Justice. I hear when the source says the force is almost emotionless, not heartless, but precise. That's why young Neptune seems cold. He's not cold, he's expensive. When you got to make decisions that last a generation, I don't have time to coddle your balls. A lot of you are planetary stewards, you know what I'm talking about. You don't have time to personalize it. You're not heartless, you're precise. You're an executive. Okay? It doesn't care who's popular. You don't care who has more friends, who tells a better story. You just get, like, when you pull up on the scene, what happened? Who's involved? What's going on? The scale. When people refuse to walk away, the loop becomes their prison. This was all over the first message. Can't walk away, won't stop, won't change, kept checking, kept fucking around, and now they're fucking finding out. Keep trying something else, and eventually the obsession itself becomes a punishment. Because now your entire life is organized around somebody you claim not to like. Think about that. Attention, emotion, and your whole ass conversations are about them. Your money may be spent investigating them. Your sleep is disturbed by them, and your relationships are affected. I say, who is possessed by who? You don't need supernatural language to understand that. Obsession can be a bondage. A bondage has consequences. So if somebody keeps refusing to leave you alone, your job is not to become equally obsessed. Your job is to get cleaner. Document, protect, report. Use real-world support. Do not let someone else's fixation recruit your own. These practitioners know the truth. Sometimes the outside sees the pattern before the group does. I ain't gonna get into that. It's deep. These practitioners know. Power structures fear what they cannot own. Power structures fear what they cannot own. This is the C double letter surveillance symbolism I wanted to get into. The source of this bullshit. These experiments. Phone tapping. All this stuff. I don't normally talk about this stuff. They want you to be predictable. There's a bigger truth here. Period. Every system wants predictability. You really don't fit anywhere. You can't go back in the box, Jack. Business wants predictability. Governments want it. Families, religions, algorithms, markets. For predictable people are easier to organize around. Click this, buy, obey, fear, react this way. And then along comes someone like you who stops following the expected pattern. Now the system has to recalculate. Do you understand how much of a pain in the ass you are? I applied for a job and couldn't get hired. And a week later someone else took the job. It was literally working at a gas station. People can see the light you have. They see the anointing. They see the shine. They know you're not just going to fucking stock shelves. You're going to stock shelves and communicate. You're going to share your light. You're going to open minds. You're going to open hearts. You're going to change the environment. You're going to sound shape the atmosphere. Your presence will leave a mark. Vampires don't want that. They want you curled up in a fucking ball, dude. They want you to obey, fear, react, buy, consume. But now you've been standing in your shit. Now systems itself have to recalculate. That's why independent thinkers can feel threatened to rigid structures. Not because every independent person is being watched by the G-Ment, because sovereignty reduces predictability and systems built around control notice unpredictability. So the answer is not paranoia. The answer is competence. Know your digital privacy, your passwords, protect your information. You got secret groups, societies. You're seen, my friend. The golden child has to grow up. Being chosen is not an excuse to become entitled. You, the star, the heir, the golden child, the mission. Those words inflate somebody if they're not grounded. So let's mature this. You need to know what you're chosen for. Not to be worshipped, but to carry responsibility. To interrupt cycles. To build, to protect. To create. To become a good ancestor. If you believe you're the one in the family carrying something special, then become the one who does something useful with it. Break the addiction. Break the silence. Break the abuse pattern. Break the financial ignorance. Break the emotional immaturity. Break the emotional immaturity. That's a real one. Break the learned helplessness. Break the inability to apologize. Break the idea that love means control. Break the belief that trauma has to become inheritance. That's golden child work. Not sitting around saying, my ancestors love me more than everybody else. That is childish. The golden child grows up and becomes a golden ancestor. To my quantum technicians, intergenerational change occurs when inherited behavior patterns are interrupted and replaced with more adaptive ones that can be transmitted forward. Simple terms, if you were chosen, prove it by leaving the people after something better. Your children can carry the future to protection. Protection. They wanted your ass in a mental hospital. The real battle is over self-trust. Institutionalized, locked up, in trouble, doing badly, self-destructing, cheating, sabotaging your own life. And again, we don't need to claim somebody literally orchestrated all of that to preserve the message. But the theme itself is sabotage. Sometimes people do encourage your worst habits because your dysfunction makes them comfortable. And you know that's true. You also know that your growth makes relationships uncomfortable. And some people would rather keep access to the wounded you than learn how to relate with the healed you. So pay the fuck attention to who celebrates your self-destruction and who supports your development. For that is data. Ashe? Your Daywalker, you can see the wolf, but doesn't have to become suspicious of every sheep. That is the balance. You know wolves live, they exist, vampires exist, you met them, fine. But if your discernment becomes everyone's out to get me, then trauma is still interpreting reality. That is not freedom. Discernment says I know the signs and I don't need to protect them or project them on everybody. I can remain open without being naive. I can trust slowly. I can observe behavior. I can let consistency earn access. I don't need to hate humanity because some humans behave horribly. Damn. That is advanced protection with an open heart and operational gate. Death spells, confusion spells, returned attacks. The useful question is, what are you feeding? Death work, confusion, spiritual warfare, people trying to return things. Again, let's hold the raw language while grounding this. Ask yourself, what are you feeding? If somebody wants you confused, are you helping by consuming chaos all day? If somebody wants you afraid, are you helping by scanning constantly for evidence of an attack? If somebody wants you isolated, are you helping by distrusting every human being? If somebody wants you exhausted, are you helping by never resting? If somebody wants you off your mission, are you helping by making them the center of your content, your thoughts, and your life? You may not control every external condition, but you absolutely influence what gets bandwidth inside of you. And again, attention is fuel. Stop feeding what you say you want gone. Because people thought you would have died by now. They thought you would not last it in the shadow. You were fully integrated. They thought you were going to be gone, but instead you integrated. You not only survived betrayal, death, the rerun comes back, but you're not moved this time. You are centered. This is what I started my whole message on the beginning about the heart. A lot of us healed this, but it doesn't fucking mean I like to hear about it, see about it every day, and blow up the algorithm about betrayal, hurt, birthright. These are rerun scripts that have already been healed and closed. They came back again on the loop and you did not even move. You stayed center. You went out in the sun. In fact, you look actually relaxed. And it's not because you no longer feel. It's because the shadow is no longer just a mystery. You have met grief. You have met rage. You have met fear. You have met betrayal. You've been hurt. You've met the part of yourself that wanted revenge. The part of you that wanted to disappear. Everyone needs to pay. And instead of pretending that those parts didn't exist, you integrated them. Now they don't have to hijack you from the basement. People are amazed at how calm you look, well composed you are. That is why you look calm. The monster stopped being a monster when you turned the light on and you looked at him. Some were wounds, some were needs, and some were old survival responses. Some were anger that was carrying information. Grief that needed permission, and now they're known. Known shadows are much harder to weaponize against you. That was deep. Ashe, you can still respect spiritual law and still flip tables. Love without courage becomes accommodation. Some people confuse love with endless tolerance. No, love can say stop. Love can report abuse. Love can fire somebody. End a contract. Tell the truth publicly. Love can remove access. Love can put a child behind a locked door and say, you are safe here. Love can call the police when there is a real danger. Love can testify. Love can walk away. The question is not, was the action soft? The question is, was the action aligned with protection, truth, and proportion? Christ washing feet and Christ flipping tables are not contradictions. The context changes the form of love. And I believe I'm with those people that the A-team has arrived. Your internal team has finally started working together. The A-team. Alpha and Omega en route. Ooh! Thank you, family, for doing the work. Quantum technicians, your integration and functions occurs when cognitive, emotional, and physiological or psychological values and behaviors become better coordinates rather than sending competing commands. Your whole system is finally on the same team. A soul convergence. Ashe, thank you for being here. The burden is light because it's your purpose. A lot of you are locked in. You're already locked into this higher harmonics. This is what the whole Terry was for. Your whole Terry Nova. And what you're doing now, you're killing it. At first, you're probably always killing it, but because it's your purpose, bro. People think purpose always feels like motivation. No, purpose can be hard as hell. But there is often a strange difference between difficult work that belongs to you and difficult work that doesn't. The work can be exhausting and still meaningful. You can still spend 10 hours creating something and feel more alive afterwards than spend 1 hour in the wrong environment and feel drained for 2 days. That's information. Purpose does not mean easy. It often means the difficult that difficulty produces expansion rather than erosion. That's why the burden can feel light, not weightless, but meaningful. They make millions off of negativity. Don't build your mission on the same business model. This was in the first source, and we need to keep it. There are systems that profit from fear, outrage, insecurity, conflict, attention, news, and negativity can absolutely become profitable. It influences the ecosystem, the political industries. Fear sells, urgency sells. So if your mission is supposed to be light, be careful not to monetize darkness exactly the same way. If every piece of content requires another enemy, this is why I get pissed. You gotta be careful what the fuck you listen to with these readers, bro. They bifurcate everything, bro. They keep a fucking war going. What are you actually capable of building? If people only stay connected to you because you keep them afraid, are you feeding them? If your audience becomes dependent on constant warnings, are you teaching sovereignty? This is where the demon slayer has to check themselves. Don't become financially dependent on demons existing. That's weird. Build something beyond opposition. Step into the harmony, the harmonic resonance, the next level. The system fears you waking up, family, because awakened people become harder to harvest. Energy harvesting in the broadest sense is real enough without needing a mystical proof. Your attention can be harvested. Your time, your labor, your data, your outrage, insecurity, your sexuality, your creativity, your money, your fear. Platforms can harvest attention. Companies can harvest labor. Manipulative people can harvest emotional energy. Abusive systems can harvest silence. So yes, waking up threatens harvesting systems, because you start asking, where's my attention going? Who benefits from fear? Who benefits from exhaustion? Who profits when I hate my body and my neighbor? Who profits when I stay addicted to conflict? Those are grown-ass questions, and they can absolutely bring a whole-ass system down. Not through violence, through withdrawal of participation. You don't need to take anybody out. Stop giving enemies fantasy. Stop giving the enemy fantasy more power than the mission. Lock in. Your ancestors don't need you obsessed with their revenge. Honor them by using the life they helped produce. Divine favor is not immunity from consequences. Remember what I'm saying. The Most High never fails nor forsakes, but support may not look like rescue. Darkness cannot exist where light is present, but light doesn't have to hate darkness. Flashlight in a dark room. Turn it on, the darkness recedes. Light doesn't argue, it doesn't insult the darkness, it doesn't post 17 videos proving darkness is jealous, it shines. And that is the deepest instructions in both messages. Shine by truth, by character, and by courage. Character is being revealed during this time. And a lot of us, your words are becoming heavier. That you have power in your tongue. Discipline in the tongue. You don't have time to be speaking recklessly. The tongue is powerful. You can't say it's powerful, then use it carelessly. Speak life. Speak truth. Speak boundaries. Speak correction. But don't casually curse people. Do not casually declare someone's doom. Don't casually turn your anger into prophecy. If you believe your words carry weight, become more responsible with them. That is what mastery does. The stronger the sword, the more disciplined the hand. Because the golden age does not need another war god. We've done that song and dance. But it needs guardians and stewards who know when not to strike. This is where the entire message matures. The golden age is not our side wins and kills the other side. The old world's thinking in new spiritual clothes. The golden age requires guardians and people capable with the capacity of strength. and governed by purpose. People who can recognize danger without needing danger to feel important. People who can defend without becoming addicted to the battle. People who can expose corruption without becoming corrupt through the exposure. People who can carry the authority without becoming tyrants. People who can say enough and then build. That's why the Daywalker doesn't hunt darkness forever. Eventually the mission becomes protecting the daylight. You are that. The system breaker becomes the system builder. Ashe, Mama Rose, yes, the sword, the stronger the sword, the more disciplined the hand. Come on. Come on. Come on.
You are not just watching.
Yeah,
You
get
are
your
part
water.
of the signal.
I want some candy.
Thank you for being here. Your presence matters. Interstate Neptune. My transmissions, music, videos, and living library are waiting inside Go Nova. Stay connected. You do not want to miss what is coming next. You have entered a living transmission. Put on your headphones, tap like, share the signal, and follow the station. Watching a longer transmission, tap 2 times speed and ride the current. Stay with the signal. Pause for a sovereign reset. Drop your shoulders. Unclench your jaw. Take 1 deep breath. You are safe inside the signal.
System breaker becomes the system builder. Look at you. They called you a disruptor. You expose, you question, you break patterns, you refuse. Now, what do you build? Because the person that only knows how to break eventually becomes dangerous to everything. The mature rebel becomes an architect. The demon slayer becomes a guardian.
The ocean still remembers my
every
name.
day at 10 p.m. Let's talk.
There you are. I'm home.
There you are.
For our victory! Long live the realm! Long live the sovereign!
Go Nova. Become luminous.
Go Nova. Go Nova, Nova, tap in.
Tap the code or hit that tag. Cash at me at $King Chains.
System breaker becomes the system builder. Tell me that ain't powerful. The rebel becomes the guardian. The demon slayer becomes the guardian. The survivor becomes the steward. The golden child becomes the future ancestor. The warrior becomes the protector. The voice that exposes the lies learns to write agreements. Damn. The person who escaped bad communities learns how to create healthy communities. The person who survived bad leadership learns how to lead differently. My family, that is that completion energy you've been carrying. Quantum technicians, disruption removes dysfunctional structure. Sustainable transformation requires replacement architecture capable of performing necessary functions more effectively. Simple terms, breaking the bad system is only half the job. Building a better one is the other half. Go Nova, Nova, tap in. Ascending master, never do. The hammer finally falls, not on a person, but on old architecture. So yes, bring that hammer and bring it down on the line.
Neptune rising, yeah, yeah, bounce, bounce, feel that wave. Neptune rising, yeah, 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 we riding brave.
Riding brave.
Astral traveling through space. Neptune rising, oh, big step, a master of the sea. Let goes, go out, echo, echo, repeat. Look at the gods, I will supersede. Planetary stewards, guardians, I'm a freaking freak.
Drop that hammer on that ass. Bring the hammer. Bring it down on the inherited shame. Bring it down on the silence around abuse. Bring it down on the manipulation.
Ancient to rise, divine will, kingdom come. Bring that tune, rising up, power burning, central sun, tides bending, galaxies listening. When I sing the ocean, submitting, oceanic aura, about to meet long awaited, divine royal supreme, hybrid force, water king, reign eternal, tidal swing, Neptune rising, and the cosmos sings as a Leviathan, shadow rises from the deep. I'm on my way, crack the heavens, ocean on the Lord, my power is untamed. Mortal currents riding with dolphins, sound shaping, they telling me go nova, nova. Yes, baby, I'm on my way. Shake the frame, shake the cage, shake the get rush, splash back, tidal waves, subsiding, supersonic, sea phasing, breaking the matrix into greatness. It's amazing, beautiful, etheric sounds of orchids, light 'em up, sound wave, you can hear 'em now. Lift the veil, set the sail, ancestors proud, young elders coming out the crowd. Oh, you done it now, I swear I'm coming, take these quantum towers down. Neptune rising, yeah, yeah, bounce, bounce, feel that wave. Neptune rising, yeah, 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 we riding brave.
Come on.
Astral traveling through space. Neptune rising, oh, big step, master of the sea. Let goes, go out, echo, echo, repeat. Look at the gods, I will supersede. Planetary stewards, guardians, I'm a freaking freak. Oh, big step, a master of the sea. Let goes, go out, echo, echo, repeat. Look at the gods, I will supersede. Planetary stewards, guardians, I'm a freaking freak.
Hey, bring that hammer.
Free to ride, free again, and I'll keep loving you.
Before the throne, there was the journey.
Maybe I'll find you.
Young Neptune is here.
Down the same pathway, find your way.
On you to impact that.
Bring that hammer down. Bring it down on that manipulation, on that self-betrayal, on the habit of returning to what kept hurting you, and the false humility and the fear-based leadership. Bring it down on the idea that you need enemies to know you're powerful. Bring it down on the belief that spirituality means becoming passive, the belief that strength means cruelty. Hammer down where the structure has already expired. Then use the same hands to build, family. And a lot of you are so locked in, the burden is light, and you're out here killing it, but you have the capacity. You have intelligence. You're not even aware. You might be aware, but you're killing, like, you're doing such a good job. Deja vu, she said it. Victory is on the horizon, but define victory correctly. Victory is not everybody who hurt me suffers. Victory is I become free enough that their suffering is no longer required for my peace. Victory is the mission survived, the heart survived, the child survived, creativity survived, the voice survived, faith survived, the future stayed available. Victory is I can remember what happened without returning their psychological every day. Victory is I can protect myself without becoming paranoid. I can love without becoming naive. Ashe, the Omega is en route. Completion is coming for what you stop feeding. A lot of you stop feeding bullshit. The lower mental astral hasn't been fucking with you. You've been locked in. And that's because you have a completion. Alpha beginning, Omega completion. And maybe Omega doesn't have to arrive as some type of catastrophic event. Maybe completion arrives quietly, like you stop replying, you stop checking, you stop returning, you stop rehearsing, you stop telling the same story every day, and then one morning you realize it has been 3 weeks since you thought about it, 3 months. That emotional charge is gone. That is the Omega. That is the end without an explosion. How beautiful. Guys, we're almost at 3 hours. That's crazy. I want to say you are fully supported on this mission, so you're going to have to act like it. Stop begging enemies for permission. Big stepper. Lock in. Stop arguing with people that are committed misunderstanding you. They may never have known the war that you had to win inside yourself, so their home could feel quiet. They may never know how many times you had to choose differently, so safety could become ordinary. Good. Build, family. Build the thing they said you couldn't. Love in ways your lineage didn't even know existed. Protect life and speak your truth. Teach, learn. Become difficult to manipulate and easy to trust. Become powerful and safe with power. So bring the hammer. But bring it with intelligence. Carry the sword, but carry it with discipline. Walk like the Daywalker, but don't worship the night. Honor the bloodline, but improve it. Know the force of God, but do not confuse. You need to protect the mission. Protect the innocent. Protect your peace. And then, when the old world asks you to prove how dangerous you are, smile. Tell them to kiss your ass. Rest in peace, motherfucker. You have nothing to prove. You're too busy becoming useful. Ain't that the truth? Say with me, family, before we go. Life is beautiful. Life is good. And I am home. Ashe? Go Nova. Star Commander out.
Enter the Quantum Monthly Report, a multidimensional transmission to the cycles of the cosmos and align with codes and activate your inner architect.
Love you guys.
This is the weekly report, continuous flow of energy, alignment, and alive activations. Tap into the currents.
We went in today. They thought peace meant powerless. But the Daywalker has entered the room. That is you. You got a sword. Use it with discernment, family. You never had to touch the system to expose what was holding it together. You are that.
Move with the rhythm. Boom. Step into the field. Stay connected, stay aligned. I'm looking forward to seeing you soon.
Ashe, love you guys. Until next time.
Thank you for receiving this transmission, Soul Star Majesties. If your heart is moved to support this mission, come on. Support the mission. Love offerings, Ashe. Much gratitude.
The Metal Alchemist, thank you for joining me on this magical adventure.
2, 3, 4. We through the door. 2, 3, 4. Can we get 5, 6? You think it's gonna end at 5, 6? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 maybe. I don't know. It's looking like, I don't know. I can keep going, guys. My energy is extremely high. Like that banana. Banana!
Like the
Oh
video.
my god, it might be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Subscribe. Hit the ringy dingy ding.
No! 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.